Hello, welcome to this channel. I am Dr. Anshu coming back with the Hindu editorial analysis. Here we will cover starting with the 1st April, the new month, the new beginning. Let's start with the recap and the thought of the day and continue this Hindu editorial. Let's have a recap. The front page covering about the Hindu editorial about the opposition fueling fear over Waqf bill, says Rizuzu. Return of Bangladesh up clampdown in India. Second page cover about the thought of the day and the today's day. Third page cover about the policy detains 6-member family over Kathua encounter, and the pictures here depicting about the people offering a special namaz on the occasion of Eid ul Fitr. Next, the summer is said to warmer, but El Nino is unlikely to be next monsoon. Fourth page is covering about the ahead for Centre to defeat Forest Act and lowering the tariff will harm the interest of farmer. Fifth is about the NEP 2022 in classroom from policy to practice. So these are the editorial we are going to cover. Sixth is one about the India's block at the beginning of democratic renewal. And seventh article is about Dhruva space hands in a satellite form in Japan. And 8th page is covering the 1 year's landslides, wipe out 2 forest encroachment and alarming shift. So these we are going to cover today. So let's start the session with the front page about the opposition fueling fear. Firstly, let's start with the thought of the day. So the today's thought of the day: always end the day with a positive thought, no matter how hard the things were tomorrow. It's a fresh opportunity to make better. No matter what we have did in the past 3 months, the new year let's place with a new beginning, and tomorrow is always for something to start better without any procrastinations. When we get, and the things can be hard sometimes, but it's always the tomorrow is a fresh opportunity to make it end. So always end the day with a positive thought. Always be optimistic in your life. Be happy. Always chase toward the goals. Don't overthink a lot. We are reminding these things will naturally will arise, but a human mind can also have a thoughts which are running a lot around. But only thing can do is it's calm, stay calm. And my teacher always says that a very good teacher in my college during general medicine, he said that human brain like a human brain is made up of it is made for thinking, overthinking. If you just take it empty for only overthinking and like for thinking what will be happening future, what will happen, what I regrets that held in past. But thing is that is in our hand today is only the present. So focus on that. And if you still you can't focus, just do 3 to 4 minutes of meditations. Always practice this thing with emptying the minds, just focusing on your breath. It will seriously provide you so much relief, and you can able to do your work betterly. So these yogas, exercises, meditations help you a lot. At least that the release of that dopamine for a temporary happiness is worth much better than long lasting things. So always focus on the long lasting things, not for the just a temporary pleasures, the distractions that always release the dopamine, just scrolling things. And so let's start with the day. The 1st April, it's a happy Utkal Divas, the foundation day of Odisha. So coming back to the front page of Hindu, so opposition fueling the fear over Waqf bill, say this. So it's a Waqf bill that it's an amendment bill 2024. Minority Affairs Minister Kiran Rijiju on Monday slammed the opposition parties for allegedly misleading the people from Muslim community on bill. So Rizuzu's statement came ahead on a union government to propose a plan for the bill in Parliament April 2. Sources of government said that it is hopeful that bill be passed. The governor managers have reaches out to Alice Trump to support. So some people says that Waqf amendment bill is unconstitutional. Waqf rules, its provision has been existent since before independence. So if Waqf Act has been in existence since before independence, how it can be illegal? So there is some things that Waqf Amendment Bill is unconstitutional. Waqf rules, its provision have been existent since before independence, and if Waqf has been existent since before independence, so how it can be illegal? Already, it's the Waqf bill is it's immovable properties that can be in the name of the government also, and the majority it's like the minister accuses of the opposition misleading the innocent Muslims by likely said to be that amendment bills of tomorrow government will snatch their properties. So the minister extending the ID wishes added that he is proud to say minorities are safest in India and enjoy the best right of freedom. So these political parties to participate in debate on the bill parliament, and as you said that legislative processes has undergone a record number of consultations and deliberations over Waqf bill. So next is return of Bangladesh is up after clampdown in India. So the voluntary return of undocumented Bangladeshis showing that an increase after a government in December 24 being a crackdown against foreigners staying illegally in India, and against 337 undocumented, Bangladeshi without visas and passports who were apprehended while crossing the eastern border of January, subsequent March, August. Out of these, 411 exist. It's 411 exist, and there is a past 3 months data is accessed by so 2335 held in 3 months 13 months, and undocumented Bangladeshis were apprehended as they are trying to enter the country, and also 153 people from other nationalities sorry including Myanmar were apprehended along the Bangladesh border during same period. So these covering the first. Third page is about so the summer is said to be warmer, but El Nino unlikely to held during next monsoon. IMD. So the report about the Intermeteorological Department said that it is ruled out possibly that El Nino in coming southwest monsoon season this year, and the El Nino characters issued by warming of a central equatorial Pacific Ocean is frequently associated with reduced monsoon rainfall in India. So based on the climate forecast, including international ones, we can rule out El Nino for monsoon. So we will most likely see the neutral El Nino conditions. And it's M. Mohapatra, this is the Director General of IMD, and it's briefing on the Monday. So here the basic, just I am telling the basic differences about the normal trade winds and El Nino and La Nina. So La Nina is always best because it brings rainfall, set out the monsoons. El Nino and this like monsoons generally held from the coastal areas, like we have read about the westerlies and easterlies. So basically it started from the southern west monsoon that the trade winds crosses the through and go to the northeast, where they collected the rain and causes heavy rainfall in northeast areas, where the Cherrapunji is the highest rainfall areas. So here it is said that summer is said to be, so this year the summer is going to be warmer, and El Nino is unlikely to be during the next monsoon. So El Nino implies the temperature rise between it's a 0.5 degree between 0.5 to 1 degree Celsius in a central Pacific, and neutral suggested that these degree rises in a no such rise. However, there have been instances when neutral conditions have led to below normal rain in India, and IMD give the first forecast in monsoon rainfall. One more news is about the police detained 6 members of family over Kathua encounter. So villagers on the Monday formed the movement of escaped militants in Jammu Kathua, skipping the security forces on tenure. Tithar, whose officially sources said that they could be same militants who escaped after a body gun gunfight in Sofan villages on starting on 27 March. So Jammu and Kashmir police have detained 6 members of family for questioning regarding the encounter, and 3 militants young spotting the beard black uniform came to the house and looking for food. So these are the encounters about the Kathua's incident, that Kathua's operations, the police persons who died in the Kathua operations. So LG Lieutenant Governor Jammu Kashmir and Lieutenant Governor Manoj Sinha on Monday meeting the family members of police personnel. One more picture here depicting about the people offering the special namaz prayer on the occasion of Eid ul Fitr at a Idgah in Bhopal on Monday, as a day marks the end of Ramzan, a month fasting from dawn to dusk. Fourth is about ahead of SC hearing, right bodies are centered to defend Forest Right Act. So ahead of the Supreme Court here, the challenges of Forest Right Act FRA, Adivasi bodies and environmental organizations from the across country. Also Monday wrote the Union Tribal Affairs Minister Julram, demanding that minister has defended 2006 law that has brought into the organize and protest and protect the forest rights for scheduled tribes, other traditional dwellers recognitions act 2006 FRA. So Wildlife First as an NGO which is called an eviction of people whose FRA claim has been rejected. So next is a lowering tariff will harm the interest of farmer SKM. National coordinations of a Samyukt Kishan Morcha SKM, which met in New Delhi recently, has decided to strongly respond to efforts to open an Indian market to the product from US, and this can be open flooded gates of import which can be unravel in Indian agriculture, thus harming the interest of farmer. So entire working people, SKM said in statement Delhi on Monday, and headed by the SKM alleged that the central response seek on threat political reciprocal tariffs by US president, and even in the Europe strong anti sentiments raises the SKM through the responding to efforts to open. Fifth is about the NEP 2020 in classroom, from policy to practice. So it's about the National Education Policy 2020 that frames the universal acquisition of a foundational literacy and numeracy, an urgent national mission. Since release of policy, central and state government have put their numerous efforts into programs intended to meet the goal of ensuring the child acquire FLN by class 2. So finding from the national wide, it's ASR report, annual status of ASR always release the reports about the education quantity, what are the status level of the education level of covering the government schools, and analysis of data about the community, like whether the students are able to read or write properly according to their classes. So it's provided some indicated percolation that this policy pushes an individual for more than 80% of 1,500 rural schools across the country that were visited as per survey responding FLN, and the class 3 to over 75% of these schools at least one teacher had received one personal training on FLN. So it's foundational literacy and numeracy as an urgent national mission. So if there is awareness about, it's a deep clive into 24 classroom in 8 states earlier enough provided the glimpses of these changes and translating into practices. So observation, teaching practical of these teachers and subsequent conversation of them is national why FLN is important and communicated clearly on scale. In state, the most of the schools and that written article visited teachers articulated this new focus and most part of the required and rural its attitudinal shift rather than a new pedagogical practices. So challenges and opportunities facing the teachers substantially and dependent on the local context. For example, classroom comprises a large number of class 2 students with limited space to move out require different approaches, and the teacher said that they have a limited opportunity to identify and discuss the challenges during workshop. So support for other is that training support system, teachers are also vital importance, and states differ markedly in the amount of type of the teachers provided and spoke to another name any form of support available to post training. It's if teacher wish to do so, it's another regular monitoring visiting from school ensured, and focus on FLN was not lost, but the focus was on the teaching learning in classroom in just couple of cases demonstrating how to the particular activity in classroom. So without spaces provide practices and then adapt a new method of material is needed. For example, teaching and learning material TLM in classroom, which is clear that every case there was a form of observed evident demonstration mode, meaning in all the cases rather using a TLM. So perhaps the most curiously decision in what was how to teach still based on primarily on syllabus completions and all the state levels. Continuous and comprehensive evaluation often checked the curriculum to content and spoke about. So there is a doubt that some things have changed better since the rollout national initiative like it's Nippon. Reading with the understanding numeracy Nippon Bharat. The mission has laid out the detailed guidelines of failing to meet the ground of adaptation of countries. So clear focus is that among teachers itself a step forward. ASR being surveyed 20 years ago and learning levels as foundational stage improved across the country. So it's basically it's about the learning ability at the foundational stages. So year to ahead, they ensure that children in India acquire these basic skills. Sixth is about India's bloc as a beginning of democratic renewal. So the writer, so it is a battle to secure India democracy, safeguard constitutional values, cannot be won through the politics. So it's a Bharat Jodo Yatra and Bharat Jodo Nyay Yatra led by Congress Rahul Gandhi. And Rahul Gandhi and showcase this approach. So it's unlike scripted political campaign. These yatras open-ended engagement with the leader listening as much as they spoke. Communities shaping promises. These were stark in contrast to structure. Yet these lessons, despite its success, has not been fully internalized by opposition. These yatras are not just a political event but also act as a trust building. And no one deserved more credit than this for Mr. Gandhi dismissed the detractors, undermined it. So the way the Gandhi transformed the Samvidhan khatre mein hai, the constitution is in danger from a slogan into deeply felt public sentiment was no accident. It is a result of public sentiment, and it was a result of engagement, sustained engagement, town halls, direct interaction, refusal. So reality check is that state elections provide a reality check. The electoral losses in Maharashtra, Haryana, Delhi are a reminder. These are reminder of what happens in opposition abundance and the listening models and fallback of old habits. Maharashtra showed that coalition focused on internal negotiation and not the grassroots engagement cannot withstand the Bharatiya Janata Party onslaught with money, muscles, machinery. So in the case study, Delhi was a case study in how the arithmetic without chemistry party government, theatrics and gimmicks. In the case, the Indian National Development Inclusive Alliances failed its own supporter by taking them for granted. In Indian musical, Jugalbandi is a performance of equal of two musicians respond to each other, improvising and creating something greater than the sum of their parts. The India bloc must embrace this spirit instead of the top-down approaches. It must empower the regional leader organization. So BJP has mastered the centralizations and where the messaging is a uniform decision making flows from top down. So Yatra succeeded because as a source of strength, they rejected the idea that leadership is about to control. Instead of issuing directives, they created a space where local leadership movement could shape the conversation. So there has been many times that India bloc has struggled into internal coordination, but that is not unusual coalitions with internal of diverse legion from disarray to continuity. So this dissimility represent a present opportunity for introspections and restructuring. By focusing on shared concerns, it be economic policies, social justice, institutional integrity, chronic capitalism, India bloc forged a cohesive strategy that resonate within the shift from ad hoc approaches in that one issues. And it's such as Mahatma Gandhi, a National Rural Employment Guarantee, Manrega food security, delimitation, voter rolls, and we're untying the gross misconducts either by treasury benches. So it's a credible vision for India's future must emerge from ground up, shaped by youth, workers, farmers, entrepreneurs, marginalized community, and not detected by elites. So listening must guide policy. The India must engage directly in those affected by economic shift, particularly in use of artificial intelligence. Small and medium business, startups, entrepreneurs struggled under a monopolized market, political patronage. So listening the political acts here is the challenges the India bloc is just to voter skepticism but also disengagement. Many those who BJP are disillusioned, feeling that electoral politics are often real choice. That is why the yatras resonated and they do not ask for vote. So it is most importantly that it must recognize the listening is not passive. It acts as a political resistance in an era where ruling party seeks to impose. The yatra showed here. The yatra showed here is a possible when politics is confined to election cycles, when the readers listen rather than just speak. And India Bloc learns this lesson where it builds a trust, frames a clear vision, and listen before it speaks. So it will be beginning of a democratic renewal that India desperately needs. So next is about seven is Dhruva Space joined the hands with the satellite service firms in Japan. Hyderabad Dhruva Space Japan based Interstellar Monday have announced a collaboration, and Dhruva Space is 3.8 as an X band ground station in Antenna Hyderabad. It's a Infostellar station enhancing satellite communication. Infostellar plans want to onboard the Dhruva Space and antenna into cloud, making it accessible, and its establishment is supporting larger antenna and supporting lunar and deep missions for collaboration. So leading provider is the headquarter in Tokyo, Japan, is a leading provider of ground segment services, and thus the gas satellite antenna hosts the satellite in a Pacific region, it added. Next is about vineyard slides wipe down to forecast encroachment. So it's an department has informed the National Green Tribunal Act by massive vineyard landslide on July 30, 2024, completely encroachment spanning a 0.55 hectare. It includes 4.3 hectare of a Punchatham. So it is implemented by the government of 9th respondent directed by the authorizers to submit. So prior is it's covering the area of 93.6. Violent landslide, I have already discussed many times. Alarming shift is a Donald Trump evolution for a judicial intervention. So there is a Marco Rubio has confirmed that there is an ongoing program of United States to revoke the visas of foreign students who are taking activities at foreign policy and revoked, which include that hold Indian students. Report also mentioned the social media activity as a basis of revocations. In Gaza war protests, Jewish students reportedly harassed for university would justify denying as a visa at application stages. So whether right extended the foreign nationals laws and late 20th century, it's some more regulations conforming the policy of replace the limiting expressions. So this is all for today, and I know I've just ended the editorial very fastly because today the editorials are a little bit less important, so I just go through the detail just go through the editorial. So let's let's have a summary and ending this session. The front page is covering about the opposition fluing fear over a Waqf bill, says Rizuzu. Return of Bangladesh up after clamp down in India. And the thought of the day, and it's thought of today day. Third is the summer sets to warmer but El Nino unlikely during the next monsoon IMT. And six member of family over Kathua encounter. Fourth is about unit of SC hearing right bodies as Center to Defend the Forest Right Act, and lowering tariff will harm the interest of farmer. Fifth is about the NEP 2020 in classroom from policy to practice. Sixth is about the India as a bloc beginning of democratic renewal. Seventh is Dhruv Space join hands with the satellite services firms in Japan, and a view of the it's a extended beach formed from the Visakhapatnam beach on Monday. And eighth is about the vineyard landslide or the two forest encroachment, and this is the alarming shift. So that's for today. Tomorrow will come with a new editorial and with the Jose. Today my Jose is a little bit low. So thank you for today's editorial, and if you are staying till the last, just give me feedback and suggestion. How is the editorial, how much the changes you want, just comment and feedback. It will surely help me to improve my editorial in lot in my editorial. I'm just not able to make so much time to add the naval exercises. This PPT almost take 30 minutes by clicking pictures and adding it, making PPT and thought of day. So I will add it soon. I know it's important, exam is coming nearby, so I will add, don't worry about it. So thank you for today, and always keep your motivations high, and study well. Let's meet tomorrow. Bye.